We're hot.
And welcome to the award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we talk to Katrina Ness, the nation's largest student-run new car show. Can't wait for that. Also, I'll give you my thoughts on driving the new Lexus LX 600, not the LS, but the LX. And Jeff has the Motor Minute in this segment of the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley's here. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us today. We're coming to you live from the HEMI Hideout out in the west part of the county, out in Brookshire, actually. And this is our last weekend here because next weekend we move into our new studio location out in Richmond, Texas, which is another suburb of Houston. And it's going to be kind of a different thing because Mr. Mars is going to stay in Neaterville, so he won't have to make the 400-mile commute.
Yep.
And Jeff and I will be doing it. Well, David, I think will probably be there just to make sure that we don't screw it up. Won't you, David? Yes, maybe. That's a threat. Yeah, I can tell already. All right, let's go to and talk to Katrina Ness, Northwood University. Katrina, good morning.
Good evening, gentlemen, and thank you for having me on this
Well,
morning.
thank you so much for joining us and getting up. Where are you located?
I am from Metro Detroit, and I go to school at Northwood University, which is in the middle of Michigan, in Midland, Michigan. So I'm in Eastern time, so it's about 11 o'clock, but it is still the morning, and I'm happy to be on today.
Well, you have a couple of Michiganders here on the dais. Jeff Zekin is from the Detroit area. Where exactly in the
Wow.
Detroit area?
Dearborn.
Dearborn.
Heights. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And and David Ainsley has a nice summer place, a family place that's been up in the UP of Michigan for about 100 years. So he goes there quite frequently, and it's a pleasure to have you with us, all you Michiganders.
Yes, I love it. The representation. We have Metro Detroit, we have the beautiful UP, very different, but that's what Michigan's known for.
That's exactly right. Matter of fact, David invited me up, and I visited him up at the UP a couple of years ago, and what a spectacular place that is, and it's like it's like Michigan's playground up there. It's so beautiful. Except probably in about January and February, it's no, I'm good.
Well, around October, they start pulling people out of the UP, the ones that are seasonal up there, like some of the
Yes.
marinas and things are going to shut down. So they move down to, some of them go to Florida and do their trade down in Florida with the boats and things. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
I'm
not.
ready to snowbird, and leave Michigan in the winters and get out of there. But the summers are beautiful, but I'm with you
Now, are you
guys.
still in school there?
I am. I'm in my fourth year at Northwood University, and I'm in my master's degree. So at the DeVos Graduate School, I'm pursuing my MBA, and my undergraduate degree was automotive marketing and management, which is a
Woo!
very niche degree. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. That is a very niche degree, but it is very cool because, here we are, car guys, a gal now joining us here on the air on this Saturday morning. So tell us about this car show and I assume that you have kind of probably spearheaded this thing and put it all together. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I'm the 62nd general chair of the auto show. I always say this show is probably an organization that you can think of with the most turnover in employees. There's like no retention because every year, we graduate and we pass the baton. So for this year, I've taken the lead on it as the general chair. This is my fourth year doing it as well, but it's 100% run by students. There is little to no faculty involvement until it comes to legal issues, really. And it's the largest outdoor auto show in North America, new car auto show. And we also have expanded a lot recently into our aftermarket division, as well as racing and power sports this year, and also heavy duty. So we have a lot going on this year. Our estimated total valuation is around $150 million worth of assets.
Holy
Now think
cow.
of that all put in the hands of 19, 20, 21-year-olds with no student involvement. We're talking hypercars, crazy expenses. And, just with our reputation, we've been entrusted with these, and it's a really great privilege and learning opportunity.
How fun. I can't even imagine something like that. I was all excited going to work for a Chevrolet dealer here in town. This would be like 100 Chevrolet dealers all in one.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. We have dealers from all across the state, with almost every single OEM brand that you can think of. And they support us every year by, providing vehicles. We'll have certified drivers that our students go out and pick up the cars and bring them back. Sometimes the dealers transport them. So the dealer connection is there for sure, but you are right. It is like working for 60 plus dealerships for the weekend, really.
So this is coming up in the just next weekend. Is that correct?
Yeah, the dates are September 18th, which is the Thursday, so we have some festivities going on then, but the 18th through the 21st. So super exciting. We have people from all around the country really come up, from a bunch of Michigan locals, family, friends, etc., to, all around the US. We have alumni that come, people from within the automotive industry that have ties to Northwood that come. So it's a super exciting event, and people come from all around. And let me tell you, the hotels in Midland, it's not.
God, you just turned her off.
You just turned her off, Mike. Sorry, Katrina. Mike is over here playing with buttons that he can't hear anything that's going on. So
Oh, no,
hopefully we're going to get you back on here in just a minute.
no
All right,
worries.
there it
Okay.
is. Gotcha.
Please don't touch that anymore. No, he's doing something that he has no business
Technical.
doing. Yeah.
He's a technical guru.
At any rate, thank you so much. We appreciate all of what you're doing up there. I have to ask you, if I come up there next Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, what am I going to see? How do I get in? It's an outdoor event. Where is it held?
Yeah, it's held on our campus at Northwood University, which, as we were just talking about, it's so seasonal here. And it's a little bit earlier this year, so the weather, I have been checking it. Best believe I have been tracking that weather.
We're not ready
And
for an early snowstorm or anything.
No.
no, oh my God, my heart would break.
Yeah.
But no, it is looking nicer than it's been this whole entire fall already. So we're talking mid to high 80s, and beautiful sunny days. So I'm so grateful for that. Usually it's in October, so it can be a little bit colder. But coming on campus, it's free admission. The show was started as a way to give back to the public, and also kind of as a capstone learning opportunity for the students at the school. Um, and what you can kind of expect this year in terms of vehicle counts, like I was saying, in terms of assets, we're having an extremely high number. Usually we're around 50 million. This year we're around 150 million, which is insane. Um, in terms of vehicles, some of these vehicles that are going to be bumping up this asset valuation, we just got a notification that one of our alumni received a Bugatti Mistral from Europe. It was being held over there for the longest time, so he's bringing that along with a pre-owned LaFerrari that was owned by Drake, which is really cool. If you all know the Drake and Migos kind of collab, and they had the concert and the big inflatable that will be there as well. We have a McLaren P1 coming. Um, we have a GT Mark 7. So we have a huge inventory of supercars, as well as every single OEM brand that you can think of.
Now, are
Now,
the
And
manufacturers, they bringing displays or just supplying cars?
we do get some manufacturer support, especially from the aftermarket, but most of our support comes from our local dealers, but then sometimes they work with their OEMs and their manufacturers to get new fancy cars on their lot, which then they can take to the auto show. So it's kind of a win-win, because it's like the manufacturer says to them, hey, if you support these students, we'll give you whatever cars you want. And
Wow,
that
pretty
game
cool.
that can be played with the manufacturers
Of
and the
course.
dealers.
So you've recently, a few weeks ago, you just completed the Woodward Dream Cruise out there down in Detroit.
Yeah.
Are you drawing any folks from that function, or those folks up to Midland to participate?
Absolutely, absolutely. We do a lot of work down there. A lot of us are from the area as well. You being from Dearborn, we know that that's a huge event downstate. So we do a lot of outreach and publicity down there during the weekend of show, and or during that week of show. And we try to recruit a lot of people because a lot of people that like cars, they like cars and they want to go to all these different events. So Northwood being kind of the cap of the summer for the automotive lovers, it's a great event. We do definitely bring up a lot of people from Metro Detroit.
I want to go into, Jeff, if you don't mind, just for a second here, your degree and the degree that you got there from Northwood and the one that you're working on, DeVos Graduate School of Management, and how it's focused on the automotive industry. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, of course. Like I was talking about earlier, my degree is in automotive marketing and management, and I'm pursuing my master's now. So on my undergraduate degree, I I took this course, and we basically learned every single department of the dealership along with history, culture, customer service. So we had sales classes, F&I classes, financial statement analysis classes, all of that. That was really cool. And now my grad program, it's more of a general business graduate program, but there's still a lot of automotive focus just because of Northwood, its ties and its connections, and the continuous case studies that we do. But my biggest takeaway from Northwood is the learning that you get outside of the classroom, not necessarily within, sitting down in those four walls. So talking about outside of the classroom, we have the events like the auto show and the career fairs and other signature events that are put on by the students like the auto show, where we get to really not only learn about putting on an event, but also we learn people skills. Trust me, I've learned anxiety management because I've been the most out of my mind these past 12 months. So, coming into the real world after this with this much experience and this much, personal intelligence I've gained about myself and managing my life and my emotions and stuff like that has been absolutely incredible. But yeah, Northwood itself within the curriculum does take a strong foundation and strong almost theme of the automotive industry in terms of our coursework and also our classes.
How did you get into the automotive thing? Was it dad that kind of propelled you into this?
Actually, it was my mom. I
Your
know that
mom.
we hear a lot of like Northwood can be a dealer baby school for sure. I didn't come from a dealer family, but my mom has worked in the automotive industry her whole life, and her company, Cox Automotive, is one that has proudly supported Northwood for an extensive amount of time. She started at Cox, and she really grew the relationship with Northwood and Cox Automotive. So when I was looking at colleges, she was like, "You got to check this school out. Like, you can be a big fish in a little pond." And I was like, no, like, I want to go to a big, crazy school where I can get lost and I can just have fun and whatever. But I toured Northwood and I really got involved from stepping on campus with all the different events. And it was almost kind of just like well, I guess I'm going here. Like, I didn't commit to the school, but I committed to all these different people about these clubs I would join and these roles I would do. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm going here.
So
But all I can
what is it like to have a car sorority?
Yeah, I mean it's basically what it feels like here, but it's what I say, like the auto show, we really are like a sorority or a fraternity as a whole. And it's amazing. I mean, we operate in meetings and stuff like that, and we're just a large group of a student organization, but we also do have sororities and fraternities on campus if that's what you're referring to.
I
But
am, yes.
they practice, and do events just like every other sorority at a larger school, but like I was saying earlier, I mean, it's a smaller school, so it's smaller numbers of everything. But
Okay, so I have to ask you, let's get back to the car show next weekend. Is
yeah,
there going to be video available? I mean, we're going to be able to see any of this? How does that work?
absolutely. We'll make sure to push out a lot of content, not only on our social medias, but also on our website. And we also have a lot of photographers and influencers that come up that weekend
We
that
haven't
like,
been invited yet.
oh no, well, we'll invite you.
Okay,
We're gonna tell you
thank you.
right
I
now.
appreciate that. So,
Yes,
so we'll be able to. Is it going to be a live stream, just a still camera, something?
that would be an amazing idea. I
Thank you.
really, really love
I
that.
didn't
I
charge you a dime for that.
And we could do that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll tell you what, I'll go down to the Greyhound bus station and see how we can get some tickets to get up there.
Yeah, you do that, and you take the equipment and you go, and we'll sit back here in Houston, and then you can do all the work up there.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm writing down in my notes right now, live stream.
Live
I
stream,
think
yeah,
that's
absolutely. And all it would take is just a still shot of the grounds, looking at all the stuff that you got going on there. and you could
Ah,
do the play-by-play.
exactly.
The
Wow.
next
The more
play-by-play
you
coming to
know.
you in about an hour or so. I'd love that.
I love it.
All
You're
right, so
always learning.
so
I'll
what
definitely hear.
website do we go to get any of this information?
You can go to the Northwood University International Auto Show website. If you just type in NU Auto Show, you can type in NUIAS. So many different other things that you can kind of search it up and it'll pop right up. But we also are very active on our Instagram as well, which is just NU Auto Show, which I think is where we would host a live stream and try and tie it to the website. Now that I had this idea pop in my head
Now,
from you guys and your brilliant innovation.
now,
So I really appreciate that, and I
is
will
it all
definitely.
.org or .edu?
I believe it is. Let me see.
Probably EDU.
That's what I would think, but I just thought I would check.
It is .edu.
Ah, I got something right in my life once. I
It's
know.
auto.northwood.edu or NU Auto or anything along the lines of that. Somehow it ends up taking you there. The internet's a brilliant place.
Well, Katrina, it has been an absolute honor and pleasure to talk to you. We wish you the best of luck next weekend, and I have a good therapist for you, so when the show is over with, you can go and visit for a couple of hours to get back to normal.
I will need that. I will definitely need that because the stress and anxiety this show has put on me has been insane. But I'm a student and I've learned a lot. So that's
Generally,
what
a
I'm
bottle
taking
of
away.
tequila does that.
Yeah, a good
Yeah,
bottle of
but
tequila.
tequila
We'll
will help
send
you with
that
that
with,
as
with
well.
some tamales or something.
There you go. Something to use.
All right, Katrina, thank you again so much, and best of luck to you next weekend.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. We
Have a good
appreciate
day.
you. Katrina
Bye.
Ness. Yep. Bye-bye. Northwood University and the big student-run car show next weekend. It sounds like just an absolute ton of fun. All right. Just ahead, we're going to have a review of Lexus's big SUV, the LX600,
All right.
plus Jeff's Motor Minute. That's when the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flamiado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In-Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In-Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In-Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
Hey, welcome back. We invite you to join us for our live In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time on InWheelTime.com. You can also YouTube us, Facebook us, and do other things to us. Do it, and you'll be glad you did.
Oh, boy.
Time now for Jeff's Motor Minute.
Yeah, kind of dovetailing in on what Katrina was doing with Midland up there with the students in the car show. There's Automotive Boot Camp opening up in Detroit, and it's kind of keeping the theme here. Not every dream has a yellow brick road, and the automotive capital of the world, the National Motorsports Association, is creating a pathway to have Detroit youths build their careers and dreams in the automotive industry, sort of like what they're doing there in Midland. Carmen Carter, the president and CEO, says it's a nonprofit goal to expose Detroit youths to motorsports and automotive manufacturers with hands-on experience building engines, participating in a stock car pit crew challenge, automotive dealership opportunities. So they're giving these folks, these youngsters, these kids, these young adults, a lot of opportunity to do something in the industry. Some young men, some young women, their folks have all been in the automotive industry with Detroit, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, in that area. This has been started by Curry Motorsports, which is partnered by NMA Detroit. Julius Curry is a former NFL player for the Detroit Lions.
I remember that name.
He was also a player on the University of Michigan, and he founded Curry Motorsports to provide access and opportunity with diverse backgrounds for these kids. And I say kids, they're young adults. They're in their teens and early 20s. But it's called Grow Detroit, and that's what the name of it is. It's a boot camp to provide structure and stability that gives participants an advantage in the job market. It's a program that there's folks to get ready for adulthood. Participants walk away with more than just theory, and you know theories, Mike. They gain fundamental and foundational skills.
Theoretically.
He does. With knowledge and familiar with precision tools that they can take that information throughout their career and whatever they decide to do. So good. We support a lot of the colleges and what they do for the youngsters and things. This is an individual. This is a private entity that's doing this. So kudos to them up in Detroit. And hopefully you have great success.
Yeah, theoretically, everything will be turning out just fine.
Got Jeff tongue-tied there for me.
Yeah. Theoretically, I was.
Theoretically. Time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the 2025 Lexus LX 600. Final assembly location, Toyota Aichi, Japan. Available trim levels, the Premium, the F-Sport Handling, and Luxury. I had the Premium. It is a standard SUV, body on frame. 7 passengers, including the driver. Exterior changes, well, it was redesigned in 2022. This is the first opportunity I've had to drive this great, big, beautiful SUV. Exterior features, overwhelming sized spindle grille. Takes the entire front fascia. If that's your thing, then you can just go for it. I would like a little bit more design, but it is what it is, and it kind of is the face of the entire Lexus lineup. Overpronounced front wheel well openings, bulges if you will. Wheels are matched to the trim level that you get. The rear tailgate and lighting is conservatively styled. What I liked about it, the overall look is high zoot. Zoot. Look that word up.
Like a zoot suit.
The zoot suit.
Yeah.
What could use improvement? Nothing. This is one good-looking car. SUV. Interior highlights. Separate instrument cluster pod with infotainment and four-wheel drive control screen below that. Screen controls are relatively easy to use and understand. The center storage doubles as a refrigerator. Let me tell you something. It works so well. I've forgotten and put something in there, a headset. I put something in there, and I went and opened it up. It was ice cold. Yeah, so there was that. You can either have it cold, you hit the button, and the green light will come on that says you use a refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep my lunch in there.
Among other things?
Among other things, yeah. Right. Cargo. Small area with the third row up compared to some of its competitors. What I liked about it, the reserved opulence of the interior. It's not overdone, but boy, is it nice. What could use improvement? The rear seat entertainment system is a $2,700 option. Just thought I'd throw that in there. But when you're spending this kind of money, what's $2,700? Yep. Here's something that was really surprising to me. It has a 3.4-liter turbocharged V6 that turns out 409 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque.
Wow.
And it has a 10-speed automatic transmission that will tow 4 tons, 8,000 pounds.
Wow.
So clearly this V6 is different than other V6s that I'm familiar with. It feels like a V8 under the hood. 17 miles per gallon city, 22 on the highway for a combined of 19. I got 17.3, and no, I did not hot rod it. Drove it for 444.2 miles. Again, it feels like a V8. That's what I really liked about that engine package. What could use improvement? Nothing. I think that they've scored a big hit with the V6 in this. Because remember, that used to have a V8. And the V8 was extremely thirsty. I think it got 13 miles to the gallon, so they've made some significant. There you can see, if you're watching on video, you can see how big the grill is.
Yeah,
it's
Big like a snowplow.
Yeah, kind of. What I liked about it, as far as ride and handling is concerned, very compliant ride, and feels a little bit top heavy in the corners, but it is a luxury SUV. I don't know who would buy this and take it off-road. I guess that there's some people that would do that. I think it's more about bragging rights that you've got an off-roader.
Well, maybe they go into a ranch or something. They own
well, that could
property.
Be.
You know,
well, I don't know how many they sell to ranchers and stuff, but I'll tell you what, it is one nice vehicle. What could use improvement? I think that they should consider an F Sport version or an over-trail trim package, something like that. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Pricing. Base trim price, $114,500. Price is tested, right up your alley, David, $121,211. The base model price, if you just want to get in the stripper version, $107,450.
I think David prefers the stripper version.
Well, not that kind of stripper that you're talking about.
I rode in that car with Kathy.
You did,
yeah. It is a nice car.
Holy Toledo, is it nice?
It's plush, luxury.
Okay, so here are some of the competitors. Mercedes-Benz GLS starts at $89,200. BMW X7 starts at $84,300. Cadillac Escalade for most people, $87,595. I get a plus on this one. And I want to thank Lexus and the fine folks at Drive Shop for letting me have this thing for a week because, boy, it was really, really nice. Next week, we're going to review the new 2025 Toyota Grand Highlander. You'll hear my review next week on that one. And that's this week's review of the 2025 Lexus LX 600.
Very cool.
It is. Boy, it was nice. Can I just have that permanently?
It was a nice car.
Yeah, please give it to me.
Long-term loan.
Long-term loan.
Research.
Yeah. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, send us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We'll be right back after this brief break.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us.
This is your place for all things automotive, the award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, our automotive story of the week. We got the recalls for you. Got a bunch of those. Guess who's in it? Sold car roundup as well. That's all coming up. Later, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History. It's a jam-packed half hour.
Oh, boy.
And I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy. Along with Mike out of this world, Mars, we always need more Jeff Zekin. And Chief Engineer David Ainsley is with us today. Mm-hmm. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us today. All right.
All right.
So this is kind of a free-for-all, if you will.
All right.
Is that okay? Can I say that?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. The story of the week. It's hard to imagine, in my mind, a lot of things, but this particular thing is going to be people still sex discrimination, age discrimination, all of it.
I feel
How
that
does it continue to go on?
every
Have you
Saturday morning. I
experienced-
feel that.
Do you?
Yeah.
All three of
all
those
of
things.
it. All of it. From 10 to noon.
U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission and 2 Missouri dealerships, Candace Thackeray, have settled a lawsuit alleging sex-based discrimination in the store's hiring processes. Landmark Dodge Ram and Landmark Chrysler Jeep, 2 dealerships located across the street from each other, agreed to pay $275,000 in this settlement. The lawsuit, filed in the District Court of Western Missouri in September of 2022, alleged the Independence Missouri dealerships refused to hire women for sales positions and men for office positions. What? Why? You can't do that. Hear this. 2 former human resources employees, Jacqueline McKinney and Jeanette Barron, were responsible for recruiting applicants for open positions at the dealerships, according to the lawsuit. During their employment, they noticed that women were not considered for sales positions despite being more qualified than male candidates, the lawsuit said. In one case, a female employee requested to be considered for an opening on the sales floor and allegedly was told Landmark did not hire women for those positions. Oh my God. It was the same for male employees who requested to be considered for office positions, according to the lawsuit. McKinney and Barron heard Landmark's owner and sales manager say that women didn't have the respect necessary to be successful at car sales, and that training women for sales positions was a waste of time, as they would end up quitting because it's not a clerical job, the complaint said. They also witnessed sales managers steer women toward office jobs, telling one candidate that women sit at their desks and that she was the perfect height to sit at a desk, the lawsuit alleged.
That's absolutely a hiring criteria, is how well you sit behind your desk.
Landmark managers also asked sex-based questions during the hiring process, the complaint said. McKinney and Barron were both asked about their marital status and their children in their interviews, according to the lawsuit.
None of the children were married.
In January 2018, Barron and McKinney attempted to discuss the practices with the dealership's general manager, the complaint said. He allegedly became angry, yelling at them and calling them liars. He threatened to fire McKinney, call the police, and have her escorted off the property, the lawsuit alleged. Because of a hostile work environment and the inability to report discriminatory work practices, Barron and McKinney left Landmark that year, the complaint said. The alleged conduct violated Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the commission said. Under the settlement, Landmark will adopt procedures to ensure managers do not consider applicants' sex when hiring and institute mandatory training for employees according to the consent decree. As part of the $275,000, Landmark will pay $100,000 each to Barron and McKinney, the consent decree said. Dealership will also provide compensation for 6 women denied sales jobs and 8 men denied office jobs. The dealerships also must produce quarterly reports to the commission on its hiring practices.
Now, that is the EEOC you just read it from. That's who filed that's who they went through to file all this information.
That's correct.
What about the dealer principal and the manufacturer? How are they going to correct it? Because obviously, if it's going on, what manufacturer was the?
Well, one was Dodge Ram, and the other one across the street was the Chrysler Jeep.
Is Stellantis involved in that? Did it go all the
Probably
way up there?
not. I would imagine that the contract that the manufacturers have with the different dealerships probably state in there that they can't do that.
Right.
Now, are they able to enforce that? Probably not, because you'd have to send people in to see whether or not they're discriminating against people.
And you started out the two ladies. Their former HR.
Yeah, they quit.
They quit, right.
Yeah.
They didn't get fired over it. They just quit because it wasn't happening legally.
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. It's hard for me to believe in this day and age. I mean, this was a law that has been in place since the 1960s.
I think 62 or 64.
1964.
Yeah, 64.
EEOC law.
Yep.
It's been in place. So all I could think of is that the owners of this dealership or their siblings or whoever it is that has inherited this dealership group that they have had this in place forever.
Yeah.
And they've never come to light. Have you not even looked at the internet and see what's legal and what's not anymore with the EEOC?
Or how is your business? Is your business that good that you don't want to make any positive changes? You know, having a young lady sell car, I bet you she could probably. When I
Do
was
very
when I
well.
was selling for AutoNation, you wanted a young female,
and they
on your
probably
team.
did very well.
They did very well.
Yeah.
They did very well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't see how that could happen today.
But it's not just in the automotive industry. It's in everything.
Well, it
it's in
is.
restaurants.
Yeah.
It's across the board in a lot of things.
And I think, not to get too far off track, I think that we have created an environment where there's a lot of people that are very self-centered because they've been isolated, COVID. There's just lots of social things going on to where I know what I'm doing. I can do anything I want because
It's my dealership.
that's right. It's my dealership, and the children, the dealership children grow up. The ones I've ran across, they grew up with the same mentality.
Mm-hmm.
It's my dealership. This is my little world. I can do what I want,
Yeah.
and
I don't
like
have to.
it.
I don't have to abide by the laws of the.
No.
Of the
Well, I make my own laws,
yeah.
and I think there's a lot of that goes on in the world besides that right now.
What's that
in our
number to
society.
EEOC? What is that? David?
Yeah. Yikes. It's hard to believe that still happens today.
Yeah, it is.
Time now for some recalls. Shall we do that?
All righty.
Ford
What?
is recalling 1.5 million vehicles in the United States because the rearview camera may show a blank or distorted image on the center display screen while the vehicle is in reverse. Why have it? Which can reduce or distort the driver's view of what's behind the car and increase the risk of a crash.
Can you imagine looking up in the rearview mirror and there's a killer clown up there?
Hey, what a great idea.
I don't know why that just came
There's
to
a
mind.
lot of that on the internet. People do that. They
You put a
Yeah.
little picture of the
Display
killer
somebody.
clown, so you put it in reverse. There it is, looking at you. The
Sorry.
recall includes certain vehicles from model years 2015 to 2019. Lincoln Navigator, Lincoln MKC, Mustang, Ranger, Transit, Transit Connect, Econoline, Edge, Expedition, F-250, Super Duty, F-350, 450, and 550.
So this is dating back all the way to the Etzel.
Pretty much. What? You know, I will tell you that there are a lot of recalls on these rearview cameras, and my guess is it's probably the same supplier
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
across the board to all these
Kinda like the old
manufacturers.
airbag thing, yeah.
I think I would probably be out of business by
My
now.
neighbor had his Model T just recalled.
Yeah, that's right, because of the rearview camera.
Camera, yeah.
Loss of drive power for the Jeep Grand Cherokee 2022 to 2026. That ain't good. Jeep Wagoneer, incorrect cross car beam for 2025. Vehicle rollaway risk. Dodge Charger 24 to 25 and the Jeep Wagoneer 24 to 25.
Wow.
Improperly sealed side curtain airbags. They just kind of go,
Poof.
Are you saying it's a poofer?
It's a poofer. I don't know what happened.
we could say it
My
that way.
airbag just poofed all over
Yeah.
me.
Chrysler Pacifica and Voyager for 2025. Lower suspension may damage the rear tires. Jeep Renegade 2026. The Renegade Verona 24 to 25 and the Renegade Verona LE 24 to 25.
Wasn't that a song, My Verona?
My
My Verona.
Verona, that's right. Windshield not sealed properly. Martha, my feet are kind of getting wet down here. You got anything going on?
Can you wipe
Oh, it's my BMW X5 plug-in hybrid, and X7 for 26 and 27 model years.
Can you clean the water off my glass?
Yeah. You know, it's smelling kind of funky in here. Do you have any idea? Oh, it's the
Martha.
windshield's been, windshield's been leaking
Poor
for
Martha.
a year. Yeah. Kind of smells that damp, funky odor. You're familiar with that, aren't you?
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Change your socks. You've done everything. You don't know what else
Oh,
to
you're
do.
supposed to change them?
At least once a month. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Inside out to, yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah.
So do we have Candace Thackeray? Do we have Jeffrey Heitzman? Who else do we have online that's going to help us here?
Well,
Okay, well, give me
This
Sparkman's on here. Said as long as you leave the Edsel alone, you know how he is.
yeah,
Jeff's here. Heitzman.
good. Because we're going to do the Sold Cars Roundup
George.
guessing game. Is George on there?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Welcome to you all. This is our last show together. Well, Mars
Put
won't
it
be.
that way.
Well, Mars will be with us, but he won't be with us in person for the most part.
Thank God.
In spirit.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, he likes to press buttons over there and turn the volume off of people. What's wrong? I didn't do anything. Yeah, we got it. Okay, time now for this week's Sold Cars Roundup guessing game. How much did it sell for? First up, 1973 Chevrolet Corvette convertible.
Hubba hubba.
That looks
Yellow.
really good, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
It's very
Banana
yellow.
color.
I love it. It's got
What's
the
it
beauty.
called? What do they call it? Banana?
It's got the beauty rings on
Beauty
it. I
rings.
really like those. The beauty rings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's why he wears them.
How much did this sell for?
You said 73, right?
Yeah, I did.
A
Convertible.
73 convertible.
I'm going to go 22. George says 32,999. Heitzman says 33.
I'm going 19.
David, would you like to join us in this?
Yeah, I'll put out a big number. How about 40,000?
How about $24,150?
Very good. Closest, Mike.
Of course, it doesn't have any horsepower, but forget that.
Oh, that's extra.
It looks
You're
good.
too cool.
It does look good,
You
doesn't
don't
it?
need to.
Yeah, we don't need it. It's a cruiser. It's got an L82 in it that's on the hood.
Bobby said 24.5. Bobby, you're going to have to be a little quicker getting that in here or you're going to
Yeah,
lose out.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Please wait until
Yeah.
the number came out.
All right, next up is the 1978 Pontiac Firebird. Now, my guess is that this is a clone.
Yeah.
I didn't dig into it that deeply, but I'm giving you a little hint that this is not an all original 78 Firebird.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
those
but-
wheels are factory. It's got Gatorback BFGs on it.
But
Whatever.
the driver has on sunglasses, though.
Okay, well, there's that. So, 78 Pontiac Firebird. How much do you think that sold for on Hemmings
12,000.
12?
Yep.
12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pshaw. Jeff Heitzman says 19,000.
8,500.
David, 85?
Yeah.
Y'all are nuts. I'm going to go 16. George says 18,999.
Well, I think that George is going to be the winner here because it sold for 19,950.
Oh, well,
Oh,
Heitzman had 19,000 even
There
up.
you go,
Oh, well, then
Jeffrey.
Heitzman
There you
wins.
go,
Yeah,
Jeff.
okay. This is one for Jeff. Ready?
Ready.
1985 Cadillac Eldorado convertible. Wow, that's a
Come on,
good
Jeff.
looking
Yeah, I'm
car.
not feeling those wheels.
Come on, Jeffrey.
Nah,
No.
don't worry about that.
Okay.
How much did the 85 Eldo go for?
17.
Drop top.
Probably 15, but I'll go 17.
Okay, Jeff says 17. What do you say, Mr. Morris?
15.
Man, I'll go 21 because it's a convertible.
Okay, David?
I'm 15.
15.
Bobby Sparksman says 20,000.
Ooh.
Anybody else?
Jeff's in here at 23,000. Heitzman's at 23,000.
Well,
$11,000.
Yeah.
11,000.
Got those
I was
nasty
closest.
wheels on it.
You don't like those wheels,
I
do you?
do not like those wheels.
Well, you know what? You paid so little for it, you can go out and buy you whatever
That's right.
wheels you want.
And let's
George
remind,
said he'd give you $899 for it.
let's remind all the
Although
folks,
George would look really good in
Yeah,
that
he
car.
would.
Yeah.
everybody that's bidding on it,
Right
if you
in
win
front
the
of the
bid,
Metropolitan Theater.
if you win the bid, you got to buy the car.
Oh,
So there you go.
okay.
All right. Next up. The 1965
Oh, yeah.
Pontiac Bonneville. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's got wide whites on it. It's a four-door. And
It's got the Star
it looks
Chief
like it's
covers.
got, it looks like it's got a vinyl top on it, does it?
Yeah, it could
Yeah,
be.
it does.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Chief wheel covers, full. You got the light, spotlight on the side there.
Yeah, got to have that.
I'm gonna go 11,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Mars?
I'm going to say 19. Jeff Heitzman says 31.
I say 20.
David says 20.
Anybody else?
No.
It sold for $21,000.
Oh, okay.
George came right in at 22,999.
Oh, it's just putting half down.
I will. I will.
Just putting half down.
$21,000.
Wow.
Boy, that would be really cool to drive
There's,
that on
there's
the Hot
something
Rod
there
Tour.
that we're not seeing.
Yeah, well,
obviously. It
Bobby
must be
Bobby
immaculate.
Sparkman wants the wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got they're Star Chief wheels.
Next up, and don't say this is for you, Don. That's not what I had, but
Okay.
we can go with that. I
right.
must have missed.
The Corvair.
What
are we
what
doing?
is that? I don't.
It's
another
a
Cadillac.
Cadillac of some sort.
Did I miss it on the page here? Let me look. Oh, yes, I did. A 1993 Cadillac Alante.
Oh boy.
Remember, that was the one
Yeah.
that was imported,
Yeah.
flown over here from
Yeah.
Italy.
Yeah, it was a
we
Fina
talked
Perina.
to
Perina
a
was
guy
the,
with the Houston
Pininfarina.
Alante Club. Yeah, yeah.
That's it. That's the one I'm thinking of.
What were you saying?
We talked to a guy with the Houston Alante Club.
Yes.
That
Yes, we
actually
did.
has a club for those cars.
Yeah. So this is a 1993 Cadillac Alante. I knew somebody that had one of these and had all sorts of problems with it.
21. I'll go 21.
21. David, you joining us?
8,000.
Ooh.
So Jeff Heitzman says 29,000. George says 18,999, and I'm going to go 21. I believe, just because I think somebody would want it. That looks pretty sharp.
That car sold for $9,500.
David,
Hey,
Ding, 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 ding.
so Bobby came in late. He's
Pay-
too late,
pay
but
the
he
lady.
came in at $9,950.
oh, very good.
There you go. Very good.
'Kay.
I can't believe that the car sold for that.
I can't either. I mean,
Uh-oh. Here we go.
it's very unique.
You're buying problems.
This one I would like.
Yeah, and you know what? That would look really good in your Neaterville driveway.
I'm telling you, particularly with a blown big block in the bed.
Well, this doesn't have that, okay? So this is a 1961, as they put it, a Chevrolet Corvair truck,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you want to call it that.
Unibody.
Yeah. So the engine is underneath the actual bed of the truck.
And air cooled?
An air-cooled motor.
Is
Yes. Yes, it is. It's a flat 6 that's in it, just like a regular Corvair.
12,000.
Darn.
Yep.
I got
I
12.
was taking up under the front seat like a
10,000.
Ford.
I'm at 10.
10.
10, 12, and Mark.
Jeffrey,
Yeah, I'm 12,000.
12,000.
Nah, I'm going to go 16. Jeff Heitzman says 7.
I wouldn't give you nothing for it.
George is
Because why would you want to
9,999.
buy a whole package of headaches? Because that's what that is.
Because I'm thinking big block sitting back there. And
You know, it didn't really have a tailgate per se. It had a side gate.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was a ramp. Just so wrong on every level. A 61 Chevy Corvair truck sold for $19,950.
Wow. Wow. Beat all expectations.
Yep.
Next up, this is for David Ainsley. 1930 Ford Model A. Yellow.
Ooh, I want one of those.
That was just recalled.
It was.
So you get it cheap. It's on the recall.
It's on the recall list. But you know what it's recalled for? That rear view camera with the clown picture that shows up
I
on the
thought it was
dashboard.
Airbag.
1930 Ford Model A. I actually kind of like it in some weird way.
Yeah.
It's yellow.
Parade car.
Well, pretty much. How much did that sell for?
17,000.
16.
16. Mars?
Heitzman says 18, and I'm going to go 18.5.
It's a tight group.
Anybody else?
Tight group.
Okay, I'm going to tell you that this thing sold for $10,000.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Because original ones like that, for some reason, they really don't hold the value. Now, if that thing was had a little small block in it and updated,
But that's
it'd
but
be
um,
$50,000.
I know, but that's not the whole thing here.
Well, it
This
just
is-
kind
this-
of amazes me that something that nice, that original.
You're going to mess it up.
Well,
I would.
first of all, it's not original because they didn't make that in yellow in 1930. Okay, next up.
Peaky.
I know we need to move on here. This is Jeff's car, 1996 Buick Estate Wagon.
Gosh.
With some nice paneling on the side of it. How much? Let's go quick.
Still in the wooden crate.
7.
7?
I'm going to go 9.
9?
12.
12? Anybody else?
Bobby Sparkman 12.
19,425. It must be super clean.
Jeff, it was 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the last one this morning is
Oh.
going to be the Ford F100 1966 model.
Bobby should get this spot on.
Yeah, I should. 1966 Ford F-150. What did it sell for?
$6,000.
12.
8.
Heitzman says 23.
$30,450.
Oh, Bobby, jump on that one.
Yeah, 30 grand, and that's our sold cars roundup for the week.
Somebody was drunk.
Yeah, apparently so. Okay, let's do the. You want to do the racing calendar real
Oh,
quick?
yeah, we can. Sure. We've got time.
I'll tell you what. Let's take a break, and then we're going to do the racing calendar and auto history. Okay.
Okay.
And Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
Welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Time now for the racing calendar. Jeff has that, sponsored by Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
And thank you for that. Okay, we've got NHRA is going on September 11th through the 14th. It's the Reading Nationals at Maple Grove Raceway. Craftsman Trucks started their playoff round. It was yesterday. I watched a little bit of it. They're in Bristol. I don't know who won, but I think they're all excited about the playoffs because they've got a lot of contention in there going on. You got the Xfinity is actually the 12th. It was yesterday, the Xfinity at Bristol. I watched a little bit of that. I actually recorded it because I wanted to see who won the end of the race. And, of course, tonight is the Bass Pro Shops night race. That's in Bristol also, and that's on the USA Network at 7:30. IMSA is off. And you got Formula One going on the 21st, so we've got a little bit of time for that.
By the way, did you see where Brittany Force is retiring?
I did not hear that.
I saw a little meme or something about that, and I figured it was junk. It was
No. She's officially announced she will not be back for the 2026 season.
I'll be darned.
Because she's going to start a family.
Well, that's perfect.
She just got married, last year.
Yeah,
so good for her.
It's a girl thing.
Well, yeah, and, she's the fastest woman alive.
So what else is she going to do?
Yeah. Have a baby.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Time now for this week's auto history, Mr. Mars.
Yes, sir. We'll go through this pretty quick. In 1898, Rudolf Diesel, there's actually a guy named Diesel, received a U.S. patent for his compression ignition engine. So unlike gasoline engines, the diesel engine ignited fuel through the high compression, created more efficiency, more torque. It was basically used industry and marine purposes originally, but it found its way into trucks and buses and passenger cars. Of course, it's been changed. The diesel technology's changed a lot. It used to be considered very bad for emissions, but they've cleaned all that stuff up, and it's become pretty much mainstream. Then in 1897, the London taxi cabs go electric. Now, they introduced the first fleet of electric taxi cabs nicknamed Hummingbirds for their quiet operation.
God, is that ugly.
Yeah. Now, these early EVs, they offered this created the EV, urban transportation, more than a century before modern electric cars. They were pretty limited by range and battery technology, but they worked, and it kind of started things off. Then in 1913, the first U.S. license plate was issued. Now, this was up in the state of New York and formalized the registration process. Before that, many people just crafted homemade plates or relied on local identifiers so that you could tell who was coming down the road. This provided the uniformity in aiding law enforcement and safety regulations, and it quickly became nationwide, and it's now what we all have to deal with once a year. 1938, Volkswagen Type 1 prototype was actually first shown. Now, this is the KDF wagon prototype, and it later became the Beetle. Now, this was famous because it was designed by Ferdinand Porsche, and it was promised to be affordable, efficient transportation for the masses, had a distinctive rounded body and rear-mounted engine, and it became eventually the world's best-selling car design. And then after World War II, it became to symbolize Germany's automotive revival. Speaking of Porsche, 1963, Porsche unveiled its legendary 1911 sports car to the public at the Frankfurt Motor Show. Rear
The
engine
911.
911.
Yeah, 911.
Okay.
Yeah, the rear engine coupe replaced the 356 model and instantly promised enthusiasts an aerodynamic styling, flat six engine, and balanced handling. It actually became Porsche's flagship model in their motorsports competition. Then, not to be outdone, Ford in 1974 introduced the Mustang II. Now, this is a second-generation Mustang and became the Mustang II, downsized to respond to the fuel crisis and changing consumer designs. It shared a platform with the Ford Pinto, of all things. I did not know that. And it was criticized for reduced power. It appealed to buyers because it was a sleeker and more efficient car, and it actually became a commercial success for Ford. And that was some of the things this week in automotive history.
Perfect.
That hasn't been recalled yet.
It was with the Pinto, though.
It was, in the Pinto recall, where they quit making it. It was so bad.
Fire sale.
So, some of the stories making automotive news headlines. Stellantis has canceled its electric Ram 1500 pickup under development, citing slowing demand for battery-powered vehicles, the company said. The decision follows multiple delays for the truck, which Ram originally showed in 2023 to arrive in 2024. The company most recently has told suppliers that production would begin in the summer of 27. Ram said it still plans to sell a hybridized light-duty pickup that uses an onboard gasoline generator to extend the range of its electric motor and battery. That model, initially called the Ram Charger, will go on sale next year and adopt the name of the canceled truck, becoming the 1500 REV, R-E-V.
Wow.
Battery plant, co-owned by Hyundai, you may have heard this, facing a minimum delay of 2 to 3 months following an immigration raid last week. I told you about it. Hyundai CEO Jose Munoz said the Georgia plant, which is operated through a joint venture of Hyundai and South Korea's LG Energy Solution, was at the center of the largest single-site enforcement operation in the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's history. Munoz said in his first public comment since the raid, he was surprised that he heard the news and immediately inquired if Hyundai workers were involved. He said the company discovered that the workers at the center of the raid were mainly employed by suppliers of LG. It is typical for an automotive battery plant to employ these workers as it's getting off the ground, Munoz said. Lawmakers in the U.S. House of Representatives Tuesday reintroduced legislation that aims to help law enforcement combat a rise in catalytic converter thefts, thank God, across the country. It mirrors legislation introduced in the U.S. Senate in July. The Preventing Auto Recycling Theft, or PART Act, is designed to reduce catalytic converter thefts by requiring new vehicles to have the VIN stamped onto the catalytic converter. That way, law enforcement officers can connect the stolen parts to vehicles. Stolen catalytic converters can garner up to $350 on the black market, and replacements can cost vehicle owners more than $2,500, according to NADA. Thefts can also be violent, the Dealer Association said. As you know, people have gotten killed over that.
Yep.
Tesla owners defecting to legacy brands in greater numbers for a mix of gasoline vehicles, hybrids, and battery electric models, as the electric automaker wants sky-high loyalty numbers plummet compared to last year. They're leaving the EV maker because of an aging lineup, a limited product portfolio with just 2 volume models, and a loss of brand value from CEO Elon Musk's right-wing political activism, according to analysts.
Wow.
Tesla's loyalty numbers fell 9.4 percentage points from the second quarter last year, the data showed. Only the Dodge brand did worse, falling 12.7 percentage points in the same period because they stopped being an actual powerhouse car manufacturer and decided to go EV all the way. How's that working out for you?
Getting back to your Hyundai plant where they arrested those folks, don't companies have crews that when you build out like a Walmart or something, they have crews that go in there and set up all the displays and they set up the all that. So is that one of pretty much what this was?
Well, this is a
the
manufacturing plant,
But they're building the plant, so they probably brought a crew in for that. They're all from South Korea.
I know, but
so
the problem with that is that they all need to have documentation.
I agree with
to
that.
be legal in the United States, and that's what the raid was all about. They weren't documented.
Right.
And that got into the question: how did that many of them get in here with a company without being documented? Somebody goofed somewhere really
Or,
big time.
hey, I'll look the other way for 10 minutes and,
They had to-
that kind of stuff.
Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address, info@inwheeltime.com. Back after this.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us.
Welcome to the award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we talk to a real lemon lawyer. What happens when the cars we buy and hate so much, when we want our money back? What happens? Later, Jeff has car tech that originated from the space program.
Oh, yeah.
And Mr. Mars has 5 things about Route 66 in Texas. Did you know it went through Texas? It did.
A little bit.
Howdy. Along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley with us this morning. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. I'm dying to get into this. But before we move on, I have to get a pronunciation. Is it Hovhannes Margarian?
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's muted.
Can't hear you.
You got to unmute.
You have to unmute yourself.
There you go.
Okay.
Hovhannes Margarian. Good morning.
I say it again.
Hovhannes.
Okay.
Hovhannes.
Oh, yeah.
Hovhannes
Yeah, okay.
Margarian.
There you go. Perfect.
I had the first
You were close.
part right.
Very close.
You
Okay.
pronounced that correctly.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sure that I'm not the only person that screwed up your name.
It's all good.
Okay, very good. So I have to ask you, where are you and how did you get situated in such a way that you are now known as the lemon lawyer?
So I'm in my garage. I got situated this way because I've been doing this for 20 years now, exclusively litigating lemon law cases and dealer fraud cases and class actions against car manufacturers and car dealers. So during law school, I was brokering cars. I got to learn the industry, how car sales are processed and everything, and all the good and the bad side of the automotive industry. And then right out of law school, I started representing consumers with claims against manufacturers and dealers. And, you know, it's been almost 20 years now. That was 2006. And a few years back, I had this vision. I've always hosted events. I'm very social. So I had this vision to have a place where I can invite friends, hang out, have like a man cave, car collection area, and an inspection area. So I picked up these properties. So my law firm is actually next to this building where I'm sitting right now. And then this is my garage area. And I'm going to swerve around. The other side is my office where I also have cars. I usually have 1 or 2 cars there. Behind me are my couple of my cars. So the Mustang Super Snake, the Ferrari SF90 Spider, and then this is the Factory 5 1965 Shelby Cobra replica that we just finished building here, actually.
So all
It
of
was
those
at the paint shop, so we just got it back like 2 weeks ago.
so all of those have been involved in a lemon law?
No, I haven't been involved in the lemon law. These are my cars. I do have a Lamborghini outside that's part of a lemon law case. So occasionally when clients are pretty much fed up with their car and they don't want to drive it anymore because it's unsafe, I let them park it in my parking lot until the case is resolved. So we usually have a couple of cars around that belong to clients that are defective. But on a typical day, I have clients coming in with their paperwork and their cars because we do inspect the cars here. If we need to put it up on the lift, we'll do that. Otherwise, usually we'll run diagnostics because we have all the computers to run the codes to see what's going on. We use that in between the paperwork that the consumers get from the dealers, because sometimes the paperwork is detailed and thorough. Other times the dealers are skipping over things and refusing to admit defects. So we run the codes ourselves so that we know what's going on with each car.
So are all of these vehicles exotics, or is it just any vehicle that you represent?
So it's any vehicle. No, it's the consumer laws apply to all new consumer vehicles. So as long as it was purchased brand new in California, brand new in other states, the used cars may still be covered. Then you have certain rights. And the way I explain it is this: you get a car, a new car, they all come with warranties, right? So the warranty says if something breaks, we'll fix it. So it's reasonable for a car to have one or two issues, minor issues. But then there's the lemon law that goes on top of your warranty and says, if the number of repairs, the defects, the problems this car exhibits become unreasonable, or the dealer takes too long to fix it and the circumstances are unfair, the code section says if the issues interfere with the use or safety of the car, then you may have a lemon law claim where you should get a refund. So that's where the kind of the defect heightens to the level of necessitating review from us. And then if it's a viable case, then we'll make the claim for a refund from the manufacturer.
Now, can you practice law here in Texas?
Technically right now, no, but I'm in the process of getting reciprocal admission, which means if you're licensed in California as an attorney, you can get automatic admission in Texas as long as you apply and you qualify, like you have no issues in your records, which I don't. So I'm in the process of doing that, and we're looking into expanding in Texas in the near future.
Let's talk about the General Motors 6.2-liter V8 that has been recalled, but it didn't get recalled originally, and all of these consumers were having major issues with engine failure, which is obviously the major component of a car. Thousands and thousands of dollars, and the engine didn't work, or it malfunctioned. Have you been involved in any of that?
Yeah, so we have cases where the clients experience that issue. Usually whenever there's either a mass recall or, well, we start with the mass defect, right? Some component is defective and then people start complaining. As they start complaining, we start noticing a pattern at my office, and we're filing individual cases initially. When we feel like there's a peak, like too many people complaining with the same issue, then we look into whether there's a recall that's coming up or whether we should file a class action to insist that the manufacturer issues a recall or a repair on that component. So as far as my involvement, I have cases, I have clients who have defected cars, but we haven't filed a class on this one ourselves. And then now GM realized that it issued the recall. And what's interesting about recalls is a recall gives you a repair, hopefully, where they replace the part with something that works better or a new part. But you may still have a lemon claim, because under the lemon laws, if you've had the issue a couple times, or if it took a long time for them to repair it even once, you may be entitled to a full refund. So the manufacturers kind of chime in to do a recall to prevent thousands of car owners from filing the lemon law cases. So that's really their reaction to stop that. So kind of to get people to the remedy, because they're worried that all these people are now going to start filing lemon law cases.
When you have a problem with a vehicle, and we get into the lemon law thing, do you notify NHTSA that you see this pattern happening right now today, and you filed all these cases and you guys need to get involved in that? Do you do that?
I don't. I honestly, my approach is to just deal directly with the manufacturer and see how they're going to respond, and if they're being unreasonable. And I'll tell you why. There is a subsection at least in the California code section, that says if they willfully refuse to fix a car and offer a remedy, like if there's a continuous defect, then the case becomes worth 3 times the amount of the claim. So from the perspective of representing my client's best interest, I mean, at some point, we're pushing them to repair the cars, but then there's a turning point where we're done with that, and we're saying, well, this is our claim. We want 3 times, and if you're going to be unreasonable and you're not going to admit the defect, then so be it. We'll litigate. We'll get to trial. We're going to seek 3 times, which is why a lot of my recoveries are like, I have record recoveries on cases where I will litigate all the way and get ready for trial, and then it's too late for them to back out. It's too late to offer a basic refund. So then they have to pay me 2 times or 3 times to settle out. So for that purpose, I don't get authorities involved in that sense. And also, a long time ago, I decided not to do that for another reason. I was doing a lot of dealer fraud cases, suing dealers. And we noticed that when we complain to too many people, then the dealers fold and go bankrupt. And then there's nobody to pay my client. So I have to be kind of careful not to put anybody out of business with my cases. I'm kind of focused on getting that client the remedy they deserve.
So how long does it take for a start of a claim to resolution? Is there any time frame, or are they all different?
So the typical process is we assess the case, couple of days, then we're ready to go. We'll do a full explanation to the client of what the merits are on their case, what the numbers look like in the high end, low end, and everything. I disclose everything, and then we start the case. A demand letter goes out giving the manufacturer 30 days. Some manufacturers respond within 2-3 weeks. And if they're rational, they'll say, okay, we got a deal. We'll buy back the car. Here's the calculation. Give us a couple more weeks. We'll do the paperwork. So with those scenarios, you're out of the car literally in about 6 to 8 weeks. You're done. Your loan is paid off. Your refund is issued. And then your attorney's fees are paid separately. In other scenarios where they're delaying, procrastinating, or just flat out refusing to admit that there is a defect, we will end up filing the lawsuit after the 30 days expires. I literally will sue them the next day on the 31st day because I work very strictly. I don't mess around. I don't just sit around and beg them for a settlement. So we will sue them, and then as soon as discovery starts, we will start propounding discovery, requesting their paperwork, requesting their internal person most knowledgeable to be deposed and things of that nature, dealer personnel. And then the reaction to that, again, depends on the manufacturer and on the said case. Sometimes they will quickly respond saying, okay, stop. We got a settlement. We're going to take care of you. Let's look at the numbers. Other times they will delay things. And it's kind of, sometimes it's counterintuitive how they react. Although when we look at the bigger picture, their reactions are based on a lot of internal factors. For example, if they get hit with 1,000, 5,000 lawsuits this month, and they don't want to pay out a couple $1 million next month, even if the lawsuits have perfect merits, they will still refuse to settle those cases. So we see a lot of the dynamics are a mix between the merits of the case and their business strategy and their cash flow, which a lot of times consumers don't realize, or on the individual side, you don't really care what's going on at this manufacturer. You just want your refund. But they're looking at it as a big picture. And if we sue them, unfortunately, the trial date is going to be a year or two out. So they're looking at it saying, well, this liability is not really becoming a big deal until a year from now. So let's settle this in 3 months when we have better cash flow. Then we don't want to settle it now.
Do you have any class actions going on now?
Nothing that pops up in my mind. I mean, I've done a few where like check engine oil overconsumption, things like that, brake issues, and a couple things of that nature. I haven't had anything interesting, exciting recently that I would focus on. And then as far as the class actions, the manufacturers actually benefit from the class actions because what they try to do is the following. They've got a car with a defect. They get thousands of claims for repairs, and then the refund claims start rolling in, and they're literally hoping somebody will sue them as a class action so that they can settle everybody out and say, okay, everybody's getting $1,000 for the inconvenience, and everybody gets the repair, and everybody's claims are waived, which actually on a grand scale is a big settlement, but a lot of times those class members have individual refund claims for $50,000, $100,000, and those all get knocked out when there's a class action settlement. So that's kind of the unfair side of class actions.
Okay. So if somebody offers you let's say, for instance, that I've got a 6.2 liter, nobody's doing anything, but there's a class action going on, I'm probably better off suing individually than I am joining a class action.
Yes, so typically we'll review the paperwork. If you have an individual claim, you're absolutely better off, because the class is not going to be that everybody's getting their $100,000 purchase price back.
Right.
It's going to be everybody's getting a new engine, a new warranty or extended warranty or a $500 credit. But on the individual claim, if you meet the criteria, then you're getting your refund. So you're way better off if you meet the parameters to do an individual claim, to opt out of the class action to get your $80,000 refund, for example, which is why the manufacturers are pushing the class action and the settlement. They're not doing it because they're nice. They're getting a slap on the wrist for something that's a huge liability to them. They're just paying out a fraction of what it would cost to pay out all the individual claimants.
Do you have any dealerships that you are working with that are suing manufacturers?
Not really, no, because they're pretty much very dependent on the manufacturer. So
they're complacent in the whole process.
Well, they don't want to bite the hand that feeds them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. They'll shut down the allocations and then they'll be out of business. So
yeah.
You don't have that. And typically dealers, they know me, but they kind of shy away from me personally because I sue the manufacturers a lot. Occasionally the dealers, I get these off the record referrals from all the dealers because they all know I pretty much run all the cases, most of the cases in California. I'm very, very well established, but they can't establish direct relationships with me because it's going to be a conflict with the manufacturers that I'm suing. Sure. And occasionally I depose their people as witnesses. So we can't have a formal good relationship in most occasions, although there are a lot of dealers that are friendly. They operate clean. They don't do shady things. So I'm on very good terms with them. And if something comes up, I have a very candid approach. Like if somebody has a claim, thinks they have a claim, but you look at the merits, there is no claim, I will turn that consumer away. I'll explain why they have no case. Maybe they're upset about something, but I'll tell them, look, don't do this. There are no merits to your claim. Just go away, let it go. Don't file anything frivolous. That's not what I'm into. Kind of the same thing on the legal malpractice, right? It's an unrelated area, but a lot of people don't do that. I have a tendency, if somebody says this attorney did something wrong, I go, tell me what they did. Let me go through the facts with you. And then usually I'm like, look, he didn't do anything wrong. If he didn't do anything, I don't want somebody getting sued or attacked if they didn't really do anything wrong.
Hovannes, I hate to interrupt, but we're short on time here. I did want to ask you, do you have a website that we can go to get more information, or how do we get in touch with you, or that sort of thing?
The best way is my Instagram. It's my name, Hovannes, HOVANES.Margarian, MARGARIAN_ESQ for Esquire. So I'm very active on Instagram. I post the legal educational videos and then car content. My wife does the same thing. She's an attorney. We work together. So that's the best way to stay in touch and informed. And then if questions come up, that way you can reach out to us.
And then directly. When you want to have a fun time on a fun car show, you know us, InWheelTime.com.
Yes, absolutely.
Hovannes, thank you so much for joining us today. Very informative, and we really appreciate your time. Best of luck to you. Stay in touch with us.
All right. Thank you for having me. Take care.
Thank you. Just ahead, Jeff's Car Culture. Cool. Today's car tech that we stole from the space program. And Mars has 5 things about Route 66 in Texas. All that and more right after this break on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous loopy beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Loopy Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Loopy Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
In Will Time invites you to join us 10 to noon Central Time every Saturday for our live show about all things automotive, and we thank you for being with us today. Time now for Jeff's Car Culture. Car tech from the space industry.
You bet.
All right.
So here we go.
Yes.
When NASA engineers were busy figuring out how to land humans on the moon and bring them back safely, they probably weren't thinking about your local daily commute. Yet many technologies developed for space exploration have found their way into modern vehicles, making our cars safer, more efficient, and surprisingly sophisticated, Mike. The first one, memory foam seats. NASA developed memory foam seats in the 60s to improve crash protection for airline pilots and passengers. The material's ability to conform to the body shape while distributing weight evenly made it perfect for the space applications. Today's car seats use the same technology to provide comfort during long drives and reduce pressure points that can cause fatigue. How about that? The next one, Mike, is anti-lock braking systems. I didn't know this. The concept behind the ABS came from aerospace anti-skid systems designed to prevent aircraft wheels from locking up during landing. Space shuttles needed similar technology for their runway touchdowns, where precise braking meant the difference between a successful landing or disaster. Modern cars use the same principle for rapid brake pressure modulation to maintain steering control during emergency stops. Now you see that in that picture, that's the motorcycle hand grip or hand brake. Same principle, same principle. So the next one, Mike, is a head-up display, which I use in my car all the time. Fighter jet and spacecraft pioneers brought this display technology to keep critical information in pilots' line of sight without forcing them to look down at their instruments. NASA refined this technology for space missions where astronauts needed to have constant access to vital data while maintaining visual contact with their surroundings. Modern luxury cars project speed, navigation, and warning information onto the windshield, allowing drivers to stay focused on the road. That's exactly what mine looks like right there. That's perfect. The next one, Mike, is advanced composite materials. Space programs needed for lightweight yet incredibly strong materials led to the breakthroughs in carbon fiber and other composite technologies. These materials had to withstand the extreme conditions of space travel while keeping space weight to a minimum. Today's high-performance cars use the same composites in the body panels, chassis components, and interior trim that they use in aerospace. The materials provide superior strength to weight ratios compared to traditional steel. So that's very important. That's very cool. Next one, Michael, fuel injection systems. Rocket engines pioneered precise fuel injection technology to achieve optimal combustion efficiency and power output. NASA's on-throttle control of the fuel metering systems for space engines is influenced by automotive fuel technology and development. Modern cars can use electronic fuel injection systems that trace their precision and efficiency back to rocket engine technology. I would have put that in a car and just tubbed that out. There you go. Improved tire technology. We all know this. NASA's lunar rover program required tires that could handle the moon's safety information, safety over the rocky roads, or airless environment without failing. Research of tire compounds, tread patterns, and construction techniques influence the earthbound tire development. So there you go.
I wonder if they're still inflated up there on the moon.
No, they're wire. They're like a mesh. They're like a wire mesh.
From 1969?
Yeah, there's no air. It's a wire mesh. Yeah. It's like a chainmail. Like
Yeah.
a suit. That's what that tire's made out of.
You know,
Really?
It's kind of like what you wear on Saturday night.
Yeah.
I've got the pair of underwear to match it right now.
The chap ones. They're like
the chap ones.
chainmail chaps.
Yeah.
Okay. But also drill, battery-operated drills.
I'm trying to vision that in my mind.
Please don't.
I'm going to wear them next week.
Battery-operated drills. What technician doesn't have that in there? And stuff like that. So very cool.
It is very
stuff,
cool.
yeah.
That's a great story. Thank
Yep.
you, sir.
I
All
gotta
right,
get Mikey
let us
going.
do driving destinations. And today it's going to be Route 66 in Texas.
Now, almost everybody has heard, if you drive cars or anything, you know what Route 66 is. The highway.
Well, it doesn't
that was-
exist anymore, but
Well,
yes.
it exists in pieces, but it went from Chicago out to California. It
Yeah.
was how people got across the country for years, and it comes through Texas as well as several other states. Now, I will admit up front, it's only 178 miles of it's in Texas, but there's a
Left,
lot of
yes.
stuff. No, that's all. That's all there ever was.
I see.
So the first thing you're going to know, everybody's kind of heard of the Cadillac Ranch near Amarillo. It's
Been
one
there.
It's one of the Route 66 most iconic stops. It was created in 1974 by a group of artists. It features 10 vintage Cadillacs buried nose first into the ground. Travelers are encouraged to bring their own spray cans to leave their marks, making it ever-changing canvas of color. So the attraction symbolizes freedom, creativity, and the road trip spirit. Now, the next stop is going to be the Dewdrop Inn in Shamrock, Texas. Now, this is a shining example of Art Deco architecture along Route 66. This was built in 1936. The building originally housed a cafe and a gas station. Been restored to its former glory, and it now serves as a visitor center and museum. It's got bold neon signage and unique design that made it a model for Ramon's House of Body Art in Pixar's Cars movie.
Oh, yeah.
Now, today it represents both history and the modern nostalgia of the Mother Road. Now, up in Adrian, Texas, it's the midpoint of Route 66. Now, it proudly marks the midpoint, exactly 1,139 miles from both Chicago and Los Angeles. The Midpoint Cafe celebrates this designation, serving classic American comfort food, including the famous ugly crust pie. Now, travelers stop here for photos with the Midpoint sign and to experience the true heart of the Mother Road. Moving on to Vega, you're going to find the historic Magnolia gas station that's been restored in
I
Vega,
owned a
Texas.
Vega one time, actually two of them.
Well, see, you could have gone here and feel
Got
like
free
you're
gas.
right at home.
There's my Vega in Vega.
Now, it was built in the 1920s. The small station provided fuel and service for countless road travelers. Today, it's been rebuilt, and it stands as a historical landmark and photo opportunity representing the small-town charm that defines Texas stretch of Route 66. Moving on to Amarillo. Amarillo, they have a lot of neon and motor courts there, and it preserves Route 66 classic roadside culture with those vintage motor courts and neon signs and diners along the historic 6th Street district. Now, you can walk this stretch, and so it feels like you're stepping back in the golden era of American road trips with retro motels, antique shops, and quirky eateries along the route. Now, this is the welcome travelers just like they did years ago. So if you want to, there's a few more stops, but that's a quick look at Route 66 through the state of Texas.
I was at the Cadillac Ranch about 17 years ago because my Kylie, when she was born, I went there. I was on a business trip, and we went to Walmart, got shaker cans of paint. We went out there. You got a long walk from the road. It's probably to the front of this property here at HEMI Hideout. You got to walk out to the
Really?
display. There's a path, and you jump up on them. You start painting them. Now it's a little different. They've got like a building where you can go use the restroom, like a little gift shop stuff, just down the road. But it's not there on property. But yeah, I've been there. It's pretty neat. If you don't know what to expect, but you're just static Cadillacs in the ground.
Why not?
Why not? And tub out each one of them.
We have a very special guest coming your
We
way.
do.
Right after a very quick break here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Stay with us.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us.
It's the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, the guy who lost his mind and let us use the HEMI Hideout for the past couple of weeks, John Hovis, is here, alive and in person. Plus, Jeff's going to have the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll bring you the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. And look who's joined us on the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Mr. John Hovis.
Glad to be here, buddy.
Well, it's good to see you.
Good to see you guys, too.
You know, none of us are getting any younger.
No, we're not, especially you.
Well, there is that. There is that.
Yeah.
Hey, first of all, thanks so much for letting us borrow your joint here.
Our pleasure. Always welcome anytime.
Well, we appreciate, it's funny. You've got this cousin that you like to see every once in a while, but you just don't have the room for him. But okay, we'll get a sleeping bag. You come on in. That's how kind of, this is kind of turned out to be. But, we were in a pinch.
You got to be out by 4 o'clock.
You got to be out by 4. 3, I think,
3,
today.
yeah.
But, it's funny. We come out here quite frequently and do our show from here, and we were in a kind of a transition period where I moved residences, where we used to do it in the Sugar Shack studios, and that is no longer. We've made accommodations in the new Sugar Shack, for lack of a better term. We haven't named it yet. And so we needed a couple of weeks to be able to get our bearings. Mr. Mars has been working desperately on finding a new way to do this without him having to physically be with us. Because what does it take you, 2 hours to get over here?
It takes 2 hours to get over here, but with the traffic, it's 3 to get back.
Yeah. And so that's quite a haul. And, he takes care of his mom, who's, how old is she?
6.
She's 96 years old. And so Mars has come up with a new way for us to do the show that's going to take only a itty-bitty little tiny footprint of equipment in the new place. And we've tested it a couple of times. David has been involved in all of this. And so all of this is probably going to go away, and we're going to be down to one camera and a couple of headsets, and hopefully we'll be on our own. Jeff is going to be my man.
All right.
He doesn't know it completely yet, but we're going to find out a little bit later today. Anyway,
Negotiate a contract.
but back to John and Shelley for allowing us to shoehorn our way in the back room back here. And this is a perfect place for us. And I'm thinking that
this is perfect.
Yeah, I'm thinking, we could probably come back and squeeze our way in here more often.
Anytime you're ready, we're ready.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
David's measured for a jacuzzi over there.
Yeah, exactly. So what's new here at the Hideout?
Well, things you can't see from where we're sitting, but quite a bit we put in here, and there's so many things in here now you can't even tell when we do it. So since you guys were here last week, 17 major items have been put in. Major stuff.
That little John Deere tractor, is that new? David
Nope.
was looking at that.
Nope, that's
Not
been there.
this one, the little tiny one.
That's been there
Okay.
for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
Way to go, Jeff.
Well, I did notice some new things coming in the back door. I did notice a couple of things.
These are signs. These are hanging signs, but we put 17 major pieces in here, and most people can't even tell it. Even our friends that help host the events and tours here.
Yeah.
So the day we were out here bringing this gear out here, he was in here. There was a guy up on a lift, a man lift, and they were inching up between signs to hang another sign in between. He's got you don't look at it and you see him, but he sees holes where he needs to put something
Yeah.
new.
Yeah.
You know, this has become a full-time job for you.
It is. Thank God I've got something to
too.
do, because I'd go out of my mind sitting at the house.
And everybody else, you'd put them out of their mind.
Yes.
Yes.
I've done that too.
Yeah, no doubt. And so, you know, the HEMI Hideout, how many cars are in the rotation in the Hideout?
Well, I guess rotation 24, 22, 24, something like that. I can't recall exactly, but we're kind of done with rotating, and now it's a sign thing.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, but you know, it wouldn't be the HEMI Hideout without a bunch of HEMIs in it.
That's
right?
true.
And that was what it was built for.
That's what it's built for.
Now, all the 24, they're all Hemis.
Half of them are HEMI powered, half of them are 446 packs. There's one 340. So half of them are
Is
Rush
the
to mods.
340 in the Duster?
It is.
Do you have any urges
My car.
Your car.
Yeah.
Do you have any urges to sell or buy more? Or
I don't think I'm going to buy any more cars, because it's hard to keep all this stuff running.
gotcha.
And I always say, well, I'll drive them next week, and then I'm busy doing other stuff, getting older, priorities changing, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
Well, we're just right down the
Weather,
road.
things
If you
like
need
that,
somebody
yeah.
to
yeah, all right,
exercise them,
give you a call. Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we could do that. We could exercise.
You're out.
You don't count. No, it's two hours to get over here. We'll take up the slack for you. Yeah, there is that. One of the things that I thought of this morning, before on my way here, actually, you know, it's getting to be that time where it's going to get really busy for you till the end of the year, because you host and have hosted for a number of years a lot of company Christmas parties.
That's true.
And that's a big deal here.
It is. It's a happy place that creates a party atmosphere. People walk in the door, they've got a smile on their face. If you haven't been here before, it's kind of like,
It'll blow you away.
what in the
Yeah.
world is this? You know, they have that look on their face. They love it, but they're not sure what this is. So today we're having a financial company is having all their clients here today for a dinner, and then we have a fundraiser for Katy Christian Ministry, in a couple of weeks, and then the Christmas parties will start and that sort of thing. But we do tours Monday through Friday in the morning, in the afternoon. We stay busy.
Well, no, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite an operation. Did you envision it turning into this when you built it?
I feel like the absolute luckiest guy on the planet, and a little bit of stupid luck happened in here.
Well, no. I think that it all really evolves around you, because you had the vision of having a man cave, an ultimate man cave. But, you know, I was thinking also the fact that had it not been for Bill Seitz, you and I would have probably never run into each other.
That's true.
Because you weren't on the show car circuit or the cruise-in circuit.
No.
Or drag racing, yeah.
Yeah, none of that. And but I met Bill through the Corvette Club back in '77, and so we've maintained our friendship, and now we're living closer together than we ever have.
Yeah.
Did he tell you that?
Good luck on that one.
Yeah, I know. And I know he's probably thought, well, that idiot moved out here 2 weeks ago, and I haven't heard a word. No, because I still have a full-time job and trying to. Don't ever move. I will tell you right now, because the older that you get, the harder it is to hang pictures on the wall. Where did I put that? And I can't find anything. And I have thrown out a ton of stuff, and I got a ton more to go.
Yes.
And I'm at that point in my life now where you get rid of it. And I've been hanging on to it for stupid reasons.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been an event, but I will tell you that us car guys, I don't know there's something about our relationship, our friendship, that has kind of drawn us together over the years, and I'm very happy about that. You've become a huge part of all of our lives.
Well, me too. I appreciate it as well. And it is. The Car Circle is a wonderful group. We all have some kind of a connection, and it's just we're good old red-blooded American guys that love cars and
spend stupid money on them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Whoa,
absolutely.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Well, it's stupid money, trust me. Yeah. The Corvette, I mean, I never thought in a million years I'd ever have to buy a clutch for a car. I spent $2,000 to buy a clutch for the stupid Corvette because
You only go around once.
I know, but things like that.
Yeah,
Well,
but if the clutch goes out, though, it makes it a little tougher.
That's
though.
right.
After what, 25, 26 years of the
Well, I know, but it's only got 35,000
Yeah.
miles on it. I didn't burn it up by myself.
No,
Thank
no.
you, Greg Enders.
Well, if you, that length of time, that's pretty good longevity for that clutch.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. But I mean, the point of the matter is that, we do spend money on things that only mean something to us. Your
I'm
cars.
more of a reasonable kind of guy. Unlike you.
Look around.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, with his Massey Ferguson collection and his John Deere collection. That's right. Hey,
Sinclair Lubricants.
yeah. So what are you going to buy this week? Sinclair lubricants. No, I like that tractor over there. I think I'm going to go for that one.
You never know what's next.
That's
Where are you
right.
going next? You have plans to travel to maybe go look for
We've got a
something?
couple of auctions that we know we're going to go to. There's different ones we try to do. Honestly, in this world here, I'm not a player anymore because billionaires are now coming in. I can't compete with those guys. So
Do you have a favorite place that you go to more often to look for things? Like
Yes.
parts of the country that you know it's going to be a honeypot, so to speak?
yes, the Northeast is where everything happened, and so that's where you find the vast majority. But we like going to auctions in South Carolina, Richmond auctions. They always have the high-end, good stuff that we all want. And Morphe's in Pennsylvania. It's mainly a Northeast kind of a thing that circuit that we follow.
When you started collecting signs, did you know that it was going to go into this?
No way. I had no idea. I kind of stumbled into it. I saw some
How did you stumble into
I
it?
saw some beautiful, pretty neon signs. I thought, those are nice. I'll buy a few neon signs. And the next thing I know,
They're 3 stories high.
yeah,
And your electric bill is going through the
yeah.
roof.
My wife made me do this.
Did she really?
Yeah, no.
She's not here.
Let me walk down to the house.
Let's
I'll ask
go.
her.
Let's
yeah,
go
Let's
confirm
go.
that.
Yeah, we'll disregard that comment.
yeah.
Edit it.
And here's the other thing about the HEMI Hideout. One thing has led to another with John, but also with the people that know about the place. They tell somebody. Then the next thing you know, I'm sure Shelley gets a phone call and goes, listen, I'm with so-and-so corporation, and we'd like to come and talk to you about maybe having an event at your place.
Yeah.
And then that leads to another one, to another one, to another one.
It does.
You're booked up a long time in advance, aren't you?
Well, a little bit, but everything we do here when we rent this place out, we match the fee that they pay, and it all goes to local charities. So I'm getting older. I don't want to keep working, so we have maybe 12 or 15 paid events that people do here a year. It's,
Interesting.
Well,
yeah,
that's not
mainly
bad.
busier in the Christmas period,
Sure.
but we like corporate events because nobody gets out of hand with the bosses here,
Well,
Right.
and you've
unlike your crew.
you've done wedding
Yeah,
receptions.
that's right. And what we bring to the table. Yeah, oh my
You've
God.
done wedding receptions, not just corporate stuff, but you've
That's-
done other.
We've done funerals and weddings and all kinds of stuff in here.
There's an idea.
There's an idea. Hey, they're nice. They're airy and nice, and not the.
And I could see the same thing you were talking about. Everybody that comes in here, they're smiling, they're happy to be here. Even for a funeral, it would be kind of uplifting. It's a very depressing, obviously sad time, but okay, we're going to have a celebration of life.
Yeah, and for a car guy, it's perfect.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
It's not just the building itself. What you pull in here, we got here early in the morning. That's when we come out here is early in the morning, and you take that road, and you drive that nice windy road through the property, and you can see the wildlife coming up. The birds, there's squirrels running around. The
alligators.
property is gorgeous, and then you come into the building, you go, it's just double.
Hey, speaking of the building, did you do away with the pond and the windmill out in the back at some point? You used to have a pond out the back door out there, did
It's
you not?
still there.
It's all grown over.
Well, it's still there.
He didn't say it wasn't run over.
I forgot to get my wife to go out there and trim all the weeds.
Yeah.
That
No,
is
it's
not-
Yeah.
it's still there. The windmill, the seals on the windmill have dried, and it's not pumping water, but it's about half full. It needs some attendance to it, but the pond's still there. Windmill's still there.
It is.
It is.
Okay, well, I
The
guess.
windmill's like 3 stories high. You can't hardly miss it.
Well, you see these? I need these really bad.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
And you're parked right out there too.
I am parked. I guess so.
Underneath the windmill.
Yes, I must
Still
have
there.
missed it. Isn't that water part of the air conditioning system here?
No, well, that water isn't. That water, well, okay, yes, I guess in a way. The water that comes out of that windmill goes into the ponds, and all the air conditioning system here is geothermal.
Yeah, explain that to folks that don't know that.
Okay, so we have a heat exchanger in the bottom of our pond, 21 feet deep, and we circulate glycol, antifreeze if you will, 6 horsepower pumps move the glycol and bring it into the compressors, but there's no air conditioning units around HEMI Hideout. It's all cooled off in the pond. So
it's almost like
eco-friendly.
Yeah, it is.
Almost like a solar. It's not really solar because it's not the sun, but it's
geothermal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the thing is
natural cooling, I guess.
Natural cooling. Yeah, you get the heating and cooling from the earth. So that's where you have to be 10 feet below the surface of the water to make that work right.
How did you discover that yourself? Did somebody propose that to you?
I've been proposed many things in my life. And that was one that was proposed to me I probably shouldn't have done, because in my lifetime, if I'd have been 20 years old, I don't think I would have recovered enough savings in electricity to pay for what we did with that.
Really?
The technology's not there. It's like solar and wind power. It's all wonderful and great on paper, but it doesn't make economic
practicality.
sense.
It's different.
Not yet there.
Yeah. So in the long run, it'd probably been cheaper for you to just buy the electricity from the electricity company.
I suppose our light bill here is still $5,000 a month, so but that's mainly neon lights going on. So if you add the air conditioning, we'd probably have a $7,500 or something. I thought about putting solar panels out, but they're not maintenance free either.
Yeah, they're not very efficient either.
Yeah.
I mean, it could possibly be if you had enough of them for your house, a 5,000 square foot house, but something this big, whew.
Yeah. Have to have a big battery of them out in the back here, a big field of them.
And I did not realize this, but I flew over it not that long ago because they had a fire out there. It was a grass fire that ruined a lot of panels, but it's got to be a mile square. It's south between here and the coast. A huge solar panel array out there. And like I said, it's got to be a mile square.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many panels in my life put together. Well, anyway, listen, thanks from the bottom of our heart. We really appreciate it.
Anytime. You guys are welcome.
We love you, man. And
we love you guys, too.
Thank you. And let us know when we can come back. And we're going to have a new setup. It's going to be a different day with our new setup. You're going to go, all of that stuff you guys used to have, what happened?
Hey, that's technology. That's cool.
It is cool. But thank you very much.
Our pleasure.
And be in touch.
All right.
John Hovis, HEMI Hideout. Hey, be sure and join us for our live show every week right here on In Wheel Time. It airs 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Coming up, Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll have stories making automotive news headlines. Stay with us. Back after this.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupe Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupe Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupe Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupe Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupe experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupe beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupe Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupe Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
Thanks for joining us today from the HEMI Hideout, our last little 2-week adventure here. We'll be back in our new studio next weekend. At least we hope we will. Time now for the Cruise In and Events calendars on In Wheel Time. Here's Jeff.
You bet. Blast to the Past Car Show is September 20th, 8:30 to noon. It's at North Point Place in Katy, Texas. So that's coming up. Blast from the Past takes place on Saturday. Vehicle check-in registration at 8 a.m. with registration open until 10:30.
North Point Place in Katy, which is west.
Right.
Okay.
Well, the road goes north.
All right.
We'll figure it out later.
All right.
Family-friendly event, classic rides, giveaways, activities for all ages, including David. Sponsors Bolo Pizza, Garages of Texas, and so on. And guess what? HEMI Hideout's a sponsor. You bet. Nifty 50s is back on track. That's always cool. A lot of music, a lot of cars out there. You go see our friends out there at Nifty 50s. You've got Fredericksburg Classic Car and Truck Show. This is at 11 a.m. to 4. It's at 5244 Texas 16 in Fredericksburg, Texas, where the bazillion-dollar winner was on the lottery out in Fredericksburg.
Is that where that was?
Yeah,
Really?
10th and one in Missouri, I believe. 10th Annual Fredericksburg Classic Car and Truck Show will take place September 20th, 11 a.m. at the historic Pecan Grove store in Fredericksburg. I think we've been there. $30 per vehicle entry, and go out there and enjoy it. And then you got Clear Lake Cars and Coffee September 21st, which is a Sunday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Grace Church on the Gulf Freeway. Go on out there and enjoy it. There's a lot of car clubs. There's a lot of car shows going on. Fall is good. You got the nice crisp weather. Go out there and enjoy it.
When is that crisp weather going to get here?
Probably
December?
Yeah, around the end.
Yeah, not anytime soon.
So there you go.
Well, here's not a surprise. Electric vehicle charging in the U.S. is improving, according to this article, although I'd be hard-pressed to tell you where one is.
Yep.
Mars. More stations, higher power, greater reliability. Yeah! Yet most Americans remain wedded to gasoline vehicles, unlike their European counterparts, who are more open to an electric future, according to this study. The U.S. added 37,000 charging points, a 19% increase from nothing. A boosted average charger power, 52% from June of 24 to June of 25. Most buyers, combustion fuel remains king. In a survey conducted as part of the report, 57% of U.S. consumers said they were most likely going to choose a gasoline powertrain for the next vehicle, followed by 32% for hybrids and 10% for battery electric. The remainder chose hydrogen. Go find a hydrogen charging station. Yeah. I'll tell you where it's
They're on the east side of town.
The east side, yeah, closer to NASA where they're blowing off rockets?
The refinery area.
Uh-huh.
So you said they added 37,000 or they're up to 37,000?
In the United States, 37,000 charging points were added in the past year, which is a drop in the bucket because there is a gasoline station at a U-Totem on every street corner here in the United States.
Well, they've added them, but do they work?
Well, not only do they work, but there's over 250 million vehicles out on the road. They're going to use 37 or 50,000, whatever it is, chargers for 2 hours? I'm thinking, I'm not going to do that.
Did I tell you how much I paid for a fast charge in that last electric that I had?
Let's go. I'm staying $60.
It was $55.
Ooh.
What? A fast charger that only gave me 80% charge on the electric vehicle that I had. It took me 20 minutes to get it, and it cost me $55, John Hobus.
No, thank you. I'll stick to a HEMI.
Exactly. $55.
He doesn't have any electric charging stations.
It was
on
a
his property.
Shell recharge station, it's called. And that's all they had. No gasoline, just electric. It was a nice place. But, boy, I'll tell you what I paid for it. $55.
No, you paid for the nice place.
Are you kidding me?
Unbelievable.
Was that 200 miles maybe? 250?
250.
What does it cost to charge one of those electric cars like at your home? I wonder what it costs an electrician.
I don't know, but I can tell you, when I plugged it in at the house on that 110 circuit that I have, not the dryer version of it, my electric bill went up by, I don't know, $50.
Okay.
How many
charges
hours
did you use?
it
Yeah.
tell
A
you?
lot, because I plug it in when I'd get home, 7 o'clock in the evening, unplug it by the time I left for work at 10 o'clock the next morning, every day. You know how many miles I got on that? 30 miles.
Yeah, I was going to say.
All overnight on 110, 30 miles was added to it. That's all.
I plugged one in, and it said, I went and looked at the factory, I think it was the Chevrolet Blazer. 4 days, plug it into a 110. If you wanted to go from where I was at like 30% to 80%, 4 days is what it would calculate. That it's going to sit there plugged in, waiting.
Well,
to
that's
get.
at 110. Now, if you own the
understand.
vehicle, you're going to get a level 2 charger.
Maybe.
That's basically, well, you have it installed in your house. It's basically a dryer hookup
Yeah.
that they plug into that. And usually overnight, depending on what charge you have left, you'll be able to get enough charge out of it. But if you want a full charge and you want to do it quick, the most you can do is the level 1 charger, and it is, I don't know how many volts it is. The hose on it's that big around. You
208
don't want to
probably.
drop it in the water, I can
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
you that.
yeah.
But, yeah,
But
80% charge.
But it's always back to that. You can get enough if you do this. You can get enough if you do this. 15 minutes at the gas station, I've used the bathroom, filled up 40 gallons of gas, and I'm gone.
Yeah. So my buddy, Joe Chapa, that I work with, he has a Tesla. He says, when I'm done, I'm going back to gasoline. I'm not doing this again.
Because of the expense of electricity.
Not the expense.
hassle.
The inconvenience.
Yeah, the inconvenience.
The lifestyle changes
and
you have
he
to make.
and his wife travel back and forth to San Antonio a couple times a month, maybe once or something like that.
Is he enjoying getting his car keyed every week?
Hasn't got. I hadn't said anything about that, and he plugs it in at his garage at night. But to go to San Antonio, he can make it all the way there on a single charge. But when he gets there, he's out. He says, if I get stuck in traffic or something, I am screwed. So right before he gets into San Antonio, when he leaves here on a full charge, he has to recharge it before he gets to where his destination is in San Antonio.
Wow.
No, I'm good.
Wow. Yeah,
Wow.
me too.
Right.
Not me.
U.S. new vehicle inventory rose again in August, even as the day's supply of electric vehicles fell below those combustion-powered vehicles as dealers and automakers sell down stocks ahead of the expiration of the federal EV subsidies next month. Inventory rose from 2.69 million a month earlier to 2.76 million vehicles to start September. So they're selling off as fast as they can the electric vehicles and bringing up the gasoline and hybrids. And I'll tell you what, the hybrids, for me, the way to go.
Oh, I agree with that. Yeah.
Not a whole lot of power, generally speaking, but I'll tell you what, the mileage is fantastic. One of those vehicles that I had, I don't remember which one it was, got 40 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
40.
I get
And-
32 consistent on mine.
Yeah.
And there's a whole lot of people like
But
my
mine's
wife.
a hybrid.
Generally speaking, her 30 miles on electric of a hybrid, she could run on that all week. It's just because she doesn't her circle of travel during her normal travelings during the day, it works great. And then when she decides she wants to go to Houston or someplace else, she's got the gasoline motor to support that.
Sounds like the way to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good stuff.
Anything else?
Yeah,
What?
I can't convince her of that, but yeah, that's where you got to get over that mindset of range anxiety.
Most definitely. All right. We're going to wrap up today's show after a quick break. Stay with us here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us.
Well, that's all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure and check us out online at InWheelTime.com. We're always looking for new, informative, and fender-bending automotive things to bring to our global audience. If you have an idea, event, or a road trip destination you'd like us to feature, let us know. Our email address is info@InWheelTime.com. Did you know we have lots of podcasts to choose from? When you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the In Wheel Time app. Grab a podcast from your favorite podcast provider. We video stream our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In Wheel Time video technical director is we always need more Jeff Zekin for booking agent, video editor, people finder, and borderline Louisiana Cajun. Mike Out of This World Mars, and Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Big thank you to John Hovis and Shelley Gates here at the HEMI Hideout for letting us use the back room while we work on our new digs that will debut next Saturday if all things go according to plan, and you know about plans. From all of us here at the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, have a great week, and we'll see you soon.